Good morning. Good morning. It's Morning Devos with Pastor Jenn. And one of the things that we value here at Berryford Methodist Church is summer camp. And we have been involved in a variety of camps. We have some people at Wesley Acres and at Pine Orchard and at Severn Bridge and at Maple Grove. And because we believe it is so key, it's a key time to renew and rejuvenate our relationship with the Lord. And a few years ago, I asked Ray Sutton if he would share his story about family camp and how it's impacted his life and the life of his family. So let's listen.
I really enjoy camp meeting. I enjoy camping, but camp meeting is much more. It's a time of renewal, a time of refreshment, a time of coming together with God. It reminds me of when I was a kid walking with my dad, and I would lag behind and he would get ahead of me and he'd stop and say, "Come on." And I would join him and he'd take me by the hand and he would walk together with me. We would walk together to wherever we were going, side by side, step by step. And that's what camp meeting is like. It's like coming alongside of God and he takes me by the hand and we go together. A real time of refreshment, and I love it so much. It's also a time with family and with friends, a time of laughing, visiting, sitting around a campfire, laughing and talking into the night. And I think my neighbors think too far into the night, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And then also there's the wonderful meals. You don't have to prepare them. You don't have to clean up after them. Just go and enjoy. Eat them with your family, eat them with your friends, have a good time. And then after that, there's the church. We go up to the tabernacle. We have an evangelist. We have a song leader. We have wonderful singing, wonderful message. And then you see people going to the altar. People who renew, people who find Christ for the very first time. And it comes to mind, it's really worthwhile. Camp meeting is a big effort. It takes a lot of work to put it on. It takes a lot of money to put it on. But when you see people go to the altar and meet Christ, you realize that it's wonderful, it's good, and it was money well spent and time well spent. The Sutton family started to go to camp meeting when my dad was 16 years old. There was a camp meeting just in the field near where they farmed at Shanty Bay, and the whole family came to the Father. They went to camp meeting and found the Lord. And you know, we still follow in those footsteps. That is a long time ago, and if my great-granddaughter had have gone to camp this year, which they were planning on doing, it would have been 5 generations of the Suttons at camp meeting. Next year, it'll happen, we hope. I have gone to camp meeting literally all of my life. Sometimes it was just on the weekends, but lots of times it was for the full 10 days. Sometimes it was at Pine Orchard, sometimes at Severn Bridge, and then also at Wesley Acres. But the best time I ever had was at Echo Lake as a teenager. There was Bible study in the morning, and then in the afternoon there was athletic activities, swimming, boat riding, water skiing, baseball games, all kinds of activities. And it was all fun, just joyous, wonderful times. And then in the evening, there was a church service. Quite often it was Art Votry that was the evangelist. He was a wonderful youth pastor. We enjoyed him so much. And you know, by the end of camp, nearly every time, everybody would have made a commitment to Father. And of course, there was also the cookhouse, 3 meals a day. Everybody had a good time. And then in the evening, like after the church service, there was a fireside, singing around the fire, and quite often a pretty girl by your side. And if you're really good and you got lucky, she would allow you to walk her home. That's where I met my wife, Lois. 60 years ago now we met. It worked out good. I really like camp. Thank God for camp meetings. A place to go and relax. A place to enjoy. A place of fun and friends. A place to meet God. A place to renew your acquaintance with Him in a time of refreshment. A perfect place for a family. And a perfect place for kids. My grandkids, they lived in the city and they come up to camp with us, and we were around our trailer. They wouldn't go away, they just stay in the yard. And I finally went out and talked to them. I says, you can play, you can go, ride your bikes, play in the swings, play in the slides, do whatever you like. But we're afraid somebody will grab us. Not here. This is a safe place. This is a place where everybody watches for you. It's good. Go and enjoy it. Just don't go outside the fence, that's all. You had to go get them for dinner. You had to go get them to go to church. You had to look for them all the time after that. They just enjoyed it so much. Yep. Camp meeting is a good place. Camp meeting is a good place to have kids. And they go down to the little kids' camp, and they come back up. New songs, all kinds of handiwork on their hands to show you. And a camp for the youth, a camp for the adults. Camp is good. Costs a lot of money. There's a lot of effort involved. But camp is worth it. Thank you.